So welcome to some promotion as well.
So first video for 2025. So we've got some new content that we're going to distribute across the year. Firstly, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone for supporting the channel last year in terms of all the different content we put out there, in terms of fitness, finance, business, mindset, relationships. So more to come. We've been very busy behind the scenes in terms of some projects that I'm very sort of keen to tell you guys all about in due course, of course. But with that being said, I just wanted to put out a quick video today just so I can stay connected with you guys and let you guys know what's been going on and what's going to be happening in the next couple of, upcoming weeks, effectively, imminently in that regard. So, exciting times. We've got a new production team, we've got a couple of new projects, and we're going to elaborate on that in the upcoming videos. But for today, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about fitness and circle into, we're end of quarter one, and at this point, we would have had New Year's resolutions, would have had goals, and where are we? Have we achieved those goals? Have we hit a plateau? Are we making progress? And let's talk about that. So, as you guys know, we have the Total Package training program. So this is designed for pretty much guys who are 18 to 30. They are either in education, they're studying, they're working, they're in business, they're hustling, they're grafting, they're entrepreneurs. And they don't have the luxury of time in terms of setting up a whole day so that it's designed to, work around a fitness program. This is designed for people who are busy and they have limited time. They want to follow a very simple process, a simple system that's going to get them results and quick and easy. So just to get the disclaimer out of the way, we're not trying to be bodybuilders, at least that's not what I'm trying to do. If you're looking for like bodybuilding, powerlifting, that sort of stuff, this isn't the place for that. This is for people, like I said, who want to look good year round and they want to maintain their lifestyle and they don't want it to interfere. So if you're not time rich and you just want to get in, get out, be efficient, this is where the Total Package comes into play. So I've got some of the comments, some of your messages as well, and speaking to one of the audience earlier, just ahead of this video actually, and they were talking about their journey in terms of training. A couple of months have passed. Like with a lot of you would have done your new year, new me. You would have had that initial motivation. You probably was going to the gym consistently for the first week, and then for whatever reason, there's been an event to go drinking, socializing, eating foods that you probably shouldn't, and then we're kind of back into this negative feedback loop. So, with that being said, if you found yourself approaching mid-March and we've not hit our goals, we need to correct that very quickly. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you can do that. I think what's also important to consider as well is New Year's resolutions. Majority of people, I'd probably say upwards of 80%, won't be able to stick to that for whatever reason. So look, let's just put that in the past. Let's just have a blank sheet and we'll start over. We are getting in time for summer, so with that being said, there is light at the end of the tunnel. We can turn that around. So for the Total Package training program, what it consists of is a program that actually gets you results. So some of you have been saying to me offline that it's been months and you've not been getting results. Why is that? So I'll give you a quick snapshot of what to expect with the Total Package training program. So to begin with, we're looking at activity in the gym 5 days a week. Okay, you don't necessarily need a gym, you can do this at home, but it's very important that we're doing some sort of resistance training. My preference, what I do, is strength and conditioning. Just to give you a bit of perspective, I'm 90 kilos and I'm 6 foot in height. So for me, it's about what's proportionate. If I'm wearing a suit, if I'm going for a dinner, if I'm going for a meeting, if I'm traveling, I want to travel comfortable. I want to be natural in terms of my frame and my size. So that's also very important to begin with. It's identifying what's actually going to be a realistic and sustainable physique. Again, we're not looking to bodybuild, we're not looking to compete. We're just looking to look good in and out of clothes. It's as simple as that. But of course, health and longevity because taking away the fitness and the aesthetics, it's all about the health. So what we want to do, we want activity every single day, right? So for me, I start off, I always train fasted. So 5 days out of 7, you can literally run it Monday to Friday. You want to be in the gym, you want to be doing a full body workout every day. I keep things very simple. I do 5 different workouts, 3 to 5 sets of each, a rep range anywhere between 8 to 15, just keeping this high level. So an example workout of today, start by doing squats, follow up with bench press, and then follow up with lat pull downs. It'll then be leg extensions, and we'd probably finish off with an ab circuit as well. So very, very simple in that regard. For me, I also adopt an intermittent fasting protocol as well. So I'll start a workout with a black coffee, keep it simple, get in there, get out. You don't need to have the mindset that you need to be on something, whether it be a pre-workout, some sort of supplement, you need caffeine to work out. If you're especially a young man, I mean, I'm not even 35, I still consider myself young. You don't want to get into bad habits of thinking you need to fuel yourself with Red Bull, Monster Energy, all that rubbish. It completely is rubbish, and it's taken away from that mind and muscle connection. And it's also creating a dependency as well. So you're conditioning your body to feel a certain way before you go to the gym. And as you could probably appreciate, the crash is horrible. You don't want to get into those habits to begin with. So train naturally. Water, salt, lemon, keep it simple. Bit of cayenne pepper if you like. That's good for the overall body in terms of keeping your body alkaline. Black coffee is more than enough to get you going. Again, when you're training, we're not trying to train and get our heart rate to a very stupid level. We just want to get in and be in a state of flow. So we keep things simple, because a lot of the feedback that I've heard from people who don't get the results is down to the fact that they've not been consistent. They've not been consistent because they've probably pushed it too much. They've burnt their central nervous system down, and then they don't want to go to the gym the next day. Right, so strength and conditioning workouts. I've just given you a very high level overview of what a typical day looks like for me. Of course, that'll be varied across the week. 2 days out of 7, you want to be doing cardio. Okay, keep things simple, keep things fun. For me, walking is fine. So, you don't need to go to the gym to use a treadmill. If the weather's nice, go out for a walk, go down the canal, somewhere where you can even clear your mind and just get some natural steps in. 30, 60 minutes is ample. And again, you can mix it up as well if you want to. So a long walk down a canal for an hour, up and down the countryside is completely fine. If you want to go to a gym, you may as well at least implement some sort of, low intensity training, or even a high intensity as well. But you want to sit somewhere in the middle. So what I mean by that is, we don't need to go in, walk, jog, run at full speed and full capacity. We want to do it in a way so that an example would be, you'd walk at a 2.5 gradient, you'd then walk at say 5 kilometers. You can then ramp it up to say 7.5 kilometers for a minute, and then you can sprint 10 to 12 kilometers for about a minute as well. And then you can just repeat that cycle 2 or 3 times and get your workout in that regard. But the trick is, you want to be in flow state. So you don't want to be overdoing it. You want to finish knowing that you could have done a lot more. So you want to operate at about 80% of your max capacity. With that being said, by all means, in a month, you can do 3 or 4 really intense workouts, but literally pick 3 to 4, maybe that's once a week, maybe towards the end of the month, where you can just put your foot down and push it hard. That's as much as you need to do in that regard, because you want to be able to do something that you can sustain, and the only way you can do that is by not overdoing it. You want to be in a state of flow. Okay, so we've covered workouts, we've covered supplements, or should I say what not to supplement with. In terms of the training, the breakdown, we want to be active every day. So 5 days out of 7, we want to be doing strength and conditioning. 2 days out of 7, we want to be doing some form of cardio. That's it. I like to do intermittent fasting. So I'll eat twice a day, so typically 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you don't have the luxury of time, so you've got to make your meals count. Breakfast for me doesn't make any sense in any realm, in any planet, in any world. It just slows you down. So we don't have time for that. So again, if you like to eat meat, for example, I always say keep it simple, go keto. What keto is essentially no carbs. So keep it meats, keep it greens, veg, that's it. 2 meals. It's not rocket science. It could be eggs, for example, spinach, onions, chilies. That could be an example for meal 1 when you have lunch at 2, for example. And then dinner could be like steak and veg. Mix it up, keep things simple. We're not trying to complicate things. In terms of portions and quantity sizes, eat till you're full. Simple as that. So we don't need to get our scale out and chopping in, changing and measuring things and getting our Tupperwares out and going bodybuilding mode. We're not doing that. We're keeping things simple. The way this approach is done is, if you're on the move like me, you can pretty much use common sense and apply like a keto practice throughout your day-to-day endeavors if you're not at home, for example, or in your office. And then number 2, if you're vegetarian or plant-based like myself, actually, the way to do that again is very simple. Keep it gluten-free, keep it cert-rich, and I'll give you 2 example meals. You can have oatmeal, throw some chia seeds, flax seeds, blueberries, strawberries, mushroom powder, chaga mushrooms, and almond butter. You can mix that with either almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk. So that's an example of meal 1. And then meal 2 for dinner could be something like a quinoa salad, throw into maybe some hummus, chickpeas, in that regard. So it doesn't really matter. The reason I'm giving you 2 different options, it doesn't matter if you're one way or the other, you've got a particular dietary preference. It just comes down to making things happen. So you got to reflect and think to yourself, right, I've kept things very simple. 2 meals, right? If you can only eat twice a day, you should be mindful. And look, we all know the answers. We all know what we need to do and when we need to do it. When you adopt this system, this protocol I'm giving you, it forces you to maintain that, because if you're serious about health and growth and fitness and being optimal and the best version of yourself, if you're down to 2 meals, you don't have the luxury of choice. You can't take liberties or an advantage of a cheat meal, so to say. You have to think and you have to be mindful with your intention, and you'll fix the diet issue straight away, because you'll know that you have to do it, otherwise you're not going to be able to function. In terms of training as well, we're going to keep things simple, full body, strength and conditioning. Every day there's going to be some movement, but we're not going to overdo it. So we're going to build micro wins. It's going to compound over time. Adopt this approach over the next 30 to 60 days. I guarantee you'll get results. It's been working for me. I've been doing this for the past 15 years. And the more you do something, easier it becomes, your body will adapt, and you'll just go into maintenance phase. Right, so that wraps up an overview of the Total Package training program, answering some of your questions as well, and we'll see you in the next one.